All right, good evening, and welcome to the Immersive Experience on this lovely, lovely Thursday. We talk about breaking down barriers, breaking down walls, a podcast about you, from you, for you. I'm your host, J Rail, aka Mr. Accountability, aka I'm always talk, aka I'm always here, aka I'm always listen. We in it. And as with me, the lovely Desi Lou. I'll let her go ahead and introduce herself fully.
Good evening. I'm Desi Luz. Tonight, I'm gonna be right here talking to y'all. You can follow the immersive experience at the underscore immersive experience, and you can follow us on YouTube at the immersive experience podcast. Do not forget to put a podcast. All right.
All right, so first I'm start off by asking you this. Do you feel like it's hard to break down your own barriers, your own walls?
Absolutely. Yeah, I do feel that
Why?
way.
What
I
makes you
feel
feel
that
that
way
way?
because, like, you think about it and you think how much we lie to ourselves, how much shit we try to hide from ourselves, even though we really, really already know the truth. We just be trying to cover it up with a bunch of bullshit. And that's why it's hard to break down. You said for ourselves?
Yes, for yourself.
Yeah, that's why it's hard to break down walls for ourselves because we always try to find a loophole somewhere around it. I feel it's like when we talked about the backdoor effect, so
Okay, so with that being said, would you say you hold yourself back more for your benefit, or do you feel like it's more of a loss when you hold yourself back or try to protect yourself by keeping those walls up?
mm, let's say if I had some walls, that sounded terrible.
That
But
sound bad.
what you said?
I said that sound bad.
Anyways, but if I had to think like, let's say, if I had to put it into like context, you hold yourself back when you have like walls, yes, because they also keep you on the other side of them. You know what I'm saying? So like it's like you can't push past it because it's to protect you, it's to keep people out. So it's gonna keep you in. So yeah, it's gonna hinder you for sure. I just you just gotta you just gotta find a way to flow, like just you don't need walls. You don't. I don't think you do. You need boundaries, you know.
Okay, so would you say you ever actually regret letting down some of those walls for somebody?
No. Mm-mm. I don't regret it.
I agree with you.
I can't regret it. Like I don't. I feel like I always knew what I was walking into. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like I know what I'm coming into. I know. I see you. I saw you already. I saw you when you lied the first time. It didn't feel right, and it's kind of like okay. So if I'm doing this, I'm making a conscious decision to go against everything that I just saw and say I ain't doing that. So no, I didn't regret it. I chose to go along for the ride. So what I'm regret? It was a choice that I made. I was happy to be there, even if it did go bad.
I get that. I get that. I wouldn't say that I regret any walls that I allowed to get broken down or knocked down at certain points, whether it was from a friendship or relationship. I don't really allow myself to dwell on regret because it's like you said, I chose that. I knew what you
Right.
came with. I knew what you were showing me. I still chose to allow you to knock down this wall or allow you to come into my life and still I tell you all this and open up to you, and I allowed that stuff. So I agree fully.
Yeah.
What internal barriers or limiting beliefs have you had to overcome in order to pursue your dreams?
Oh, I feel like I talk about this all the time. The just my skin color, my weight, even just like everything like physical, and in my mind all of these things made me feel as if like I couldn't be enough. But I guess everything was so conflicting really simply because I knew how great I was. And that's the crazy thing. Like I know. Like when I did something, I know I just killed that shit. Like that's how my confidence kind of floated. Like so yeah, they them beliefs can like hinder you like big time. And that's how they hindered me. And it wasn't until I decided to do like to think a different way, to see myself differently. I had to see me differently.
But you know what though, I'm curious because you say that, and what comes to mind to me is what makes it different now from then. Like what makes you able to knock down those walls now, because you still seeing the same person. You still know who you are on the inside and out from day one till now. So
Mm-hmm.
what makes it different now from not being able to do it back then, or not being able to see yourself in the same light back then?
Mm, I had to learn to love me, like really. And it's just not just like thinking like, oh, my nose is too fat or my nose too big. But why you think your nose too big? Why I was really like having those types of conversations with myself. Like really, do you really feel that way about yourself? Do you really think that you too ugly? And then also like just people who showed interest in me in general. Like it's the even outside validation for me to feel one way about myself and then for other people to confirm it. So it took very validation. And it also took a lot of like faking it until I made it. I don't know if yeah, I faked a lot of shit. But I was solid on my shit, you know what I'm saying? Like I believed it. So I felt like because I believed it, I had to practice everything that I said I believed. Now it's more of a I know it. You know what I'm saying? Like this what Erica Badu say, my power transcend all this shit. Like it's deeper than that, you feel me? And I know that. I know that. So
Okay, with you knowing that, do you feel like it's possible that those walls ever come back up?
absolutely. Not if I allow them to. If I stop being vigilant, if I stop being aware, if I let other people uh, tear me down and I become susceptible to it because of where I'm standing in my worth in the moment, yeah, they can definitely come in. That could definitely come back because it's these are things that I step over every single day, you know. And you get bigger and you get bigger, you know. And it's really a thing of understanding who I am, where I stand at all times. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what the next person says. So that's what keeps me from falling back into that same mindset now, because I understand who I am. So it you can become more susceptible to it, but for me, from my standpoint, I won't. Because I've already saw the truth in me. You know, so it ain't to me it's like it ain't nothing but up from here. So I ain't gonna let you keep me down because you feel down about yourself. Just getting to know me, put a lot of things in me intuitively to like I could see you. So I had to feel me out. So like if you tell me you talking to me or you saying you talking down to me or you saying something bad about me, I'm gonna look at you like, dang, how you feeling? You think that? You know, like and that's where I be at with a lot of things. It's not me, it's you. Cause you're not talking to me. You're talking to yourself. I believe that.
Okay, so would you relate, or would you compare knocking down your own barriers, your own walls, more to happiness or more to building confidence?
Both. I don't think that I think they're like I'm not gonna say they're the same, but they interchangeable at times because the confidence grew once I got outside the walls. It had the room to develop. I had more chances to go out and see what I was good at, to explore, to put the skills that I had cultivated to use, you know. So I think That's what that was for me.
Okay. So I'm a person that I go to the gym,
Hmm.
right? I go to the gym because I know where I once was at a certain weight, and I want to get back to that.
Hmm.
So my confidence, I wouldn't say is the greatest, right? So that creates me that has me create a boundary, I guess, or a wall. I say that I'm not really happy with myself fully. So to cultivate that, I go to the gym. Do you feel like that's a form of me hiding, breaking down that wall by myself, or do you feel like that's a part of breaking down that wall?
I don't know if you're really breaking down the wall. I kind of feel like you're still against yourself because you're you no matter what weight you're at. You're you no matter, and it's that understanding. It's you understanding like this is me regardless. I understand that there's a place that I want to get to. That's the expectation. But the standard is you're always going to be you. It doesn't matter if you're buff. It doesn't matter if you're skinnier than what you want to be or like that your value is not determined by your weight. And I mean, although that is where you want to see yourself and you push towards that, I think that's a good thing that you go after your goals so ambitiously. But in the same breath, you still gonna be same old as Jareel.
But see, I feel like that'll create some form of happiness for myself because I'll be back how my body once was.
But what is that?
Like I
if
said, to
you
me,
if you walked out if you walked out of your house right now and God forbid lost all mobility in your legs or whatever, you not worth living no more.
no, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, you see what I'm saying? So you wouldn't be able to go to the gym and do it how you wanted to do it. You wouldn't have that muscle mass that you're sitting here talking about. So like to me, if you can love yourself when you would have the opportunity to imagine yourself being in a wheelchair, then you could do the same when you have the ability to do what you need to do. Your worth is something that's inside of you. It's not the outside factors don't determine anything.
Right, right.
People just allow it to. You say that you're a mental person. So if you're mental, then
I got you. But you just said the outside factors don't play a factor. In the
right,
same
but
breath, in the same breath, you told me that the outside validation,
help me. It helped me.
yes. So
Yes.
my outside validation from the gym helps me
Helps you do what?
build up that happiness, build that confidence
But it
within
wasn't
myself.
that I didn't feel any way. I was coming out of a you're coming out of a place, right? So the more you walk, the more you understand, like, hey, this me, I'ma carry me at all times. But this is what I like to do. This is how I like to see myself. This is where I like my body stature to be. Then now you're gonna work towards that. You're gonna push towards that. But even if it was on your worst day, and I always like to think of Ip Man because he was like, I guess people say he was humble, but I just think that he was a man who went through a struggle gracefully. He understood like, bitch, I could still whoop all y'all asses. It don't matter that we broke down and
Yeah.
out. It when it took on 10 men, like at all times, I still got this skill on me. You feel me? Like you could underestimate me, you could feel how you feel, but and when you start breaking down those walls, that's what you're going to understand. When you replace those walls with boundaries, when you replace the things that you say, oh, I need this to get to a different place. I need this to level up to do something different. You'll understand like half the time you don't need half the shit you say you need.
I feel that. So how have you
Hey,
learned
Uno.
what's going on, Nuno? So how have you learned to embrace vulnerability and let go of the fear of judgment when breaking down emotional walls?
I stopped caring.
That's honestly the best way to do it.
I stopped. caring. I don't care. I don't care for your opinion. Like it's simply about how I see myself, what I think of myself. Even I could be on my ass. No, I've been in these situations million and one times on my ass. No, and I mean starting over, like all of these things, like just coming from getting shit out the dirt. That's why I got some mud on my motherfucking shoes, cause I didn't mind getting dirty. You know what I'm saying? But even when people thought that they could just beat down on you, make you feel some type, like you don't determine this shit over here. Okay, I hear you though. I feel you. I hear what you're saying. I can see how it could look that way. Like it be that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's just a lot of different things. Good evening,
What's going on,
Hello,
China?
hello, everyone.
China.
What's going
Hey.
on?
Okay, no, not one single fuck given. You feel?
Whole time. China, right on time.
What I miss?
So first, let me start off by asking you, um, what does it mean to you to break down walls or barriers?
I feel like when you're breaking down walls or those barriers, you're slowly healing, and you're coming out of whatever it is that's keeping you from being open to new things. Uh, when you're breaking down, it's like a process. When you slowly opening up yourself, and allowing yourself to let somebody in, or, you know, things of that nature.
Okay. So since you said healing, how do you approach forgiveness and letting go of past hurts in order to move forward and break down the emotional or mental walls?
Forgiveness is something you have to do for yourself first for you have to forgive in order for yourself to even heal. In order for you to move forward, you have to forgive. Even if it's something that you don't, I feel like forgiveness is like closure.
Mm-hmm.
Once you receive that uh closure, you finally are okay with what has transpired, and you're ready to move forward, whether it's with that person or without that person, or with whatever it is.
So with forgiveness in mind, let's say you forgive a person, and Des, you can answer this as well. Let's say you forgive a person, right? And you still with them. Do you have any walls set up? Do you have any barriers set up?
When you forgive,
She going for you too?
Yeah, I think her mic went up. She probably got a
Oh,
call.
okay. I, I'll be scared to say something because I don't want me to be the only one with raggedy service.
She probably got a call.
Maybe. Okay. She'll be back.
So yeah, on to you, Des. When and or if you forgive a
She back.
person. Oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry, y'all. Okay, so what was the question again?
Okay, so with forgiveness, when or and or if you choose to forgive a person, do you set up a wall or a barrier because of their actions?
No, that means you ain't fully forgave them yet. Because once you forgive somebody, completely remove whatever ill will feeling you have towards that person. Forgiveness is okay. It was what it was. We settled the beef, and we gonna move forward. We
I'm
ain't
so
putting no more
I'm
walls up.
I'm so glad you said that. So if a person loses your trust, that wall still open after you forgive them.
If a person loses your trust, that means you ain't fully forgave them.
Mm-mm. If a person broke your trust and you decide to forgive this person after they broke your trust, is that wall up or you trust them fully?
You still supposed to allow yourself to trust them fully. However, you can't be a fool.
You saying you can't be a fool?
You ain't no fool. I'm still okay. So let's just put it like this. Okay. So let's just say, y'all, that J Rail, you done lied to me, right?
right?
Okay. So now I know how to take you. I'm gonna forgive you, but I know how to take you.
What does that mean?
Which means is I'm not gonna fully take you serious, but I'm gonna take you, I'm gonna take you for what I see,
And you
for
just put
what
a
it
wall
is.
up. You just put a
It's
wall up.
not putting a
That's
wall
not
up.
a wall. I
That's
don't
not
That
a
think
that
that
wall.
that
is a
that
wall. Listen, I'm gonna say it like this: if you break my trust, you say, "Oh, I'm this." You can't break my trust. First of all, so like, if you say you gonna do something and you don't do it, I'm gonna put you where you belong in the first place. I ain't finna keep fucking.
Exactly.
I ain't gonna keep fucking with you on the same level though. I ain't gonna even be interested in you in the manner because I done already peeped you. You feel me? Like, I'm good. I see where you sitting there, and that's cool. Sit there, And It ain't no wall. We can still have open communication. I'ma just think of you as a liar, because that's what you are.
so
That's not putting
so
up a wall.
hold on.
That's not
So
putting up
so
a wall. That's accepting accepting a person from what they have shown you.
but you wouldn't be the same person towards them.
Yes, I'm gonna be my same
I would
self.
be.
I'm gonna be my same self.
You're gonna still be the same open person towards
Yeah,
them.
yeah. Because just because you are a liar don't mean I'm gonna be a liar.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not saying you got to be a liar. What I'm saying is you're gonna be the same open person you was with them.
Yeah, most definitely.
Ooh, that's
I
tough.
want to know exactly what you asking, because what you trying to ask, because I don't think you asking what you trying to
Okay,
ask.
so
So if me and
let me
you
put it like this.
got a relationship, if me and Desiree besties, right? But
Okay.
I don't caught Desiree in a lie. That don't mean I'm gonna shortchange her because she lied to me. I'ma still be who I am. It just means, but I'm gonna be like, girl, you so full of shit. That's probably what I'm gonna tell her. Like, girl, you full of shit. But
Okay,
I'ma
so
still be who I am.
this is what I'm asking. Me and you together, right? And you tell me some shady shit that Dez got going on in her life, right? And I'll run back and tell Dez you told me this shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
You not gonna trust nothing now. You're not gonna trust telling me
That
stuff
mean
no
you
more.
done burnt me.
You're not gonna trust telling me stuff no more, right?
Right.
But you just told me in the same breath that you would still be you. You would still open up to me.
Right. Because guess what? Me being careful, being a protector of myself is me. That don't mean I'm putting a wall up. That means I'm protecting myself.
No, no, but you said you still gonna open up to me.
You're right. I did say that. I might open up to it in a certain extent now.
So there's a wall
There's not a wall.
to a certain extent. You said to a certain extent. So there's a wall of what you will not cross. There's a boundary which you would not cross.
Okay, so a wall and a boundary is two different things, I feel like.
I agree.
I give you that. So let me
Because
not say
we
boundary. So then you put up a wall on what you will not go over. But I guess you could say that's a boundary.
that's a boundary because now you've broken my trust. So now we have a protection
What
and
you just
boundary.
said is no. If it's my nigga and I want to talk to you about me and my friends, whatever, because listen, I want my man to be able to have a conversation about what me and my friends going through or whatever the case may be. And you gonna go back and tell my friend about this shit, then I'ma just have to be real with my friends. Like, yeah, I did tell him that shit, girl. Like, cause if I'ma still be with you, then I ain't trying to not be what we was. Like, this nigga got a loud ass mouth. I'ma handle you accordingly. I'ma do
Ex-
what I gotta do to
exactly.
not look like
That's not a
I'm
wall.
just out here bogus. Like, bitch, I talk to my niggas about everything. I talk to my man about everything. The fuck you talking about? Like, don't tell me that you don't want my nigga to know.
But no, that's you handling the situation at hand with your friend.
I'm saying this in the beginning, period. Anybody should. Me
But
and my
okay,
man
so
be
let me just
talking.
say
We be
this.
talking, and we be
Let
talking
me
about
just
y'all
say
ass
this.
too.
It's certain things that I allowed my husband to know and not know when it came to my friendships.
I'm not
Due
like that.
due
Why?
to the fact that, yeah, if you tell me something in confidence, you be like, girl, keep this
I get
between
that.
us.
I get that.
That's
I'm just talking
that's
about
different.
Yeah, that's
But if
confidence.
me and him pillow talking and I'm just venting or just talking about some dumb shit my friend done did, then yeah, I'm gonna be like, this bitch done sat here and X, Y, and goddamn Z. How stupid is that? You know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but no,
I might do
I
that.
think
But
but that happened to me though. I had two friends. They didn't like each other, and I mean, like, I didn't, I didn't stop hanging out with the other one of them. I just understood that they was enemies, and you don't need to know her business, and she don't need to know your business.
right.
So, I mean, I ain't treat none of them different. I knew. I think the same thing. Like when I was talking to Jarrell the other day, and I was telling him basically like, I had a friend. I knew she liked to sleep with other people, men. You know what I'm saying? So like, if it ever came a time for it to happen to me, and it did, I didn't have no problem with it because she had already showed me that's who the fuck she was. That's who you are. I don't feel no type of way about that. That's who you are. You showed me that. I'd be a fool to be sitting up here like, oh no, that's my friend. She'll never do me like that. No, she's a person before she your friend.
Right.
Understand she's her first. Like, understand that. I just always had the ability to put people where they was. Like, this is where you belong. This is just where you at.
This is what it is.
You know?
Okay. So what strategies have you found effective in breaking down communication barriers and building deeper connections with others?
Being honest. Just say that shit. Everybody, I don't like it, but
Oh my
everybody be
gosh, that's like the biggest one. Open communication. Just me actually, we was in
you
a
not
group chat.
even for real for open communication because you be sitting there talking. It's not what you say; it's how you say it. Like,
No,
talk to
no, no,
me.
no,
Mhm.
no,
How
no, no,
how
no.
you
I
say it.
am for real for open communication, but
Nah, cause I
just
feel
because
like when
I
people
say
be like, "It's
no,
not what you say; it's how you say it," like you want some shit that's sugar coated. Because I mean, I don't gotta be
they probably
rude,
still on the call.
but I can still tell you. I just need to tell you what I need to tell you.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to be a bitch about it. Just if I don't have to tell you that you a bitch, we're telling you that you a bitch. You see what I'm saying?
But even if you did, I wouldn't take it no type of way. Cause I know how to put me up. That's how I feel. Like, just talk to me. Cause everybody don't know how to put their words together. So however it come out, I
It
ain't
come out.
saying if you coming to me talking about some, if you come at me and be like, no, you big lip baboon ass motherfucker. Like, okay, I see what you're
right.
saying.
That's what
I
I'm
understand that you
saying.
feel that way, but let's not. If you can't talk no other type of way, we don't really need to talk.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
okay. So, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean when I say you can tell somebody all day how you feel as long as you're respecting them, respecting that person. Because ain't nobody gonna
I
receive what
don't
you're
care
saying
as long as you
if
telling me how you feel.
Mm-mm.
I don't care what you're saying. If
Sign
you're
it.
attacking me, then I care what you're saying. Why you attacking me though? Just tell me what you feeling. That's what I'm saying. You could come and tell me like, bitch, I'm mad as fuck. I think
I
this, that,
think
like, I
you
don't care
getting
how you
confused
talk.
what I'm saying. I think you confusing what I'm saying. What
What you
I'm
saying?
saying is because if you're attacking me, I don't give a fuck what you're saying. What you're saying. At this point, I'm ready to throw hands because you ain't finna disrespect me.
Okay.
If you come to me with some respect, then I can receive what you're saying with an open mind. But if you coming at me sideways, I don't give a fuck what's coming out your mouth.
Okay.
Okay. That to me is only half true because there are two things in this world that people get sensitive about: the way they look, hence weight, and their kids. You can come to somebody all respectfully all day long and tell them, "Hey, look, China, baby, look, you you at times you kind of shun your kids out. You kind of push to the side. For me, I don't particularly care for that. I feel like as a mother, you should be more attentive to your children. I don't really care for women that are not attentive to their children.
Hmm.
That being said, right there can trigger a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, well, you this, you that.
No,
Hold
no,
on
no, no,
now.
no.
Hold on now, because
That comes
I
with
came to you.
growth. That comes with growth of that person. Because if you're telling me, hey, you need to do better in this area, and I feel offended, then there's something wrong with me.
But that's a perfect example of I said it calm, cool, like everything was
She just don't want you to
I
come to her
I
and be
I
like, "Bitch,
approached
you a
you.
badass mom."
I approached you
Yes.
and told you something real. But no, I get that. But even if you approach somebody soft and or with a real smooth demeanor, people still take stuff how they want to take it. They still take it
Perceive it
bad.
differently. That's because certain topics are sensitive. However, with those sensitive topics, you have to realize, yeah, they're sensitive. It might take some time for a person to even recollect what you're saying. So just because I don't understand it today or I feel a certain type of way today, let me sleep on it. Tomorrow might be different. The next day might be different. I don't know. However, sensitive subjects ain't gonna always resolve itself within the same. Sometimes you gotta have that process of breakdown.
But and see, that's why when I talk to people and the first thing people say is, "Oh, I'm a real motherfucker. I'm a real ass bitch." Hold on, because you done met a motherfucker who's different. I'm completely different, and when I say I'm real, I want you to tell me what it is. Tell me what it is.
Yeah, you can
That's
tell
just
me
what it
what it
is.
is, but don't
But
disrespect me
not
because then I ain't
not
gonna receive what you're saying. I'm be like,
regardless.
it's gonna go,
Regardless of me, no matter how you say it, I'm still gonna hear it and I'm still gonna get it. I may not like it, but if I don't like it, I just ain't gonna say nothing. I'm okay, cool, I got you, and I won't say nothing. I'm not gonna retaliate or say nothing back for what? At the end of the day, you still telling me what you see or
Yeah,
what you see I
like
did or not doing. You still gonna tell me no matter what, whether you
I
say it
get what you're
disrespectfully or not.
saying.
You
I
still
get what
gonna
you're
say it.
saying. I
But
get
what
what
people
you're
are
you're saying.
saying.
people are so quick to say it's not what you say, it's how you say it, and or it's not this, it's that, or you was yelling at me. People are quick to say that, but in the same breath, say I'm real. I want to hear the truth.
You can hear the truth without being disrespected, is what I'm saying. And that's me. I will not be able to receive what you're saying if you're yelling at me because my alert's gonna go up and I'm gonna start yelling at your ass back, or I'm gonna walk away and I'm gonna make your ass look stupid. Period.
But again, like I said, even if you come to people respectfully, they still take things a certain way and then lash out. Then it's like in my head, I'm not coming to you about nothing else. If I feel like you're gonna make you lash out, I won't come to you no more because I
What's
already can't. Because I already came
disrespectful
to
though?
you. I already came to you respectfully. I already came to you respectfully, and you went off or you lashed out, and then what you told me the next day is my bad. I need time to cool off. I understand what you're saying now. Cool. You understand what I'm saying? Cool. Got it. But I know I'm not coming to you again because I already did it once the right way, how you wanted me to, and you went off still. So now I'm not gonna come to you. Now my wall, my barrier's put up because it's like, yeah, nah, I'm not doing that.
Can't hold a
What's
conversation. Some
the
people
right
don't.
way though? Because
To
what's
me, to me, there to
if
me there
I
is
need
no
to
right
tell
There are
way.
you,
definitely right ways to come to a
I just
person.
think if I need to tell you that you selfish, then you just selfish.
Just selfish. There is no right way to say it. You
You're
got to just say
selfish.
it.
What's the right way to say
There
it?
is a person that there is a way that you could tell a person that, hey, I feel like you are a little selfish at times.
And people will
You're
still
still
go
saying
off
the same.
sometimes.
You're selfish.
People will still sometimes people
Right.
even the way you said it. Some people will still go off. So there is
And
no
that's
right way to
because
say it.
those people are not fully yet grown enough to hold an adult conversation about sensitive ass topics.
It, it,
So
it
It
don't
I'm
matter
telling
depends
what they
on where
are,
you
you
are in life to receive certain things.
but it,
And
it
you
doesn't
have
matter
to
what
learn,
where
you
you
have to
are.
know what type of person you're dealing with on top of that.
In some cases, you don't even know.
so you don't want a person to just walk up to you and be like, "You're a bad mom."
Hell no, because at the end of the day, what makes me a bad
I
mom?
don't feel like that's just the way they know how to say it. Like you're a bad mom. I think that you're a bad
If
mom.
I come to you and I say, Desiree, it's certain things that I've noticed that don't sit well with me when it comes
Mhm.
to the kids, your kids. I
You
feel
beating
like in
Okay,
you
certain
beating around the
areas,
bush.
it's not being around the bush. I'm gonna get to the topic. Let me get to the topic. Okay.
it's
That's why I
taking
said
too long.
it's not listen, black folks. Listen.
Sometimes you got to just say it.
So you wouldn't mind somebody coming to you be like, man, you suck. Your shit stink.
Okay.
All right. I mean, so I mean, and I can do. Okay, cool.
I don't
And
mind that.
nothing I
I
can do
don't
about
think
that.
like
You told me.
you
You told me
suck
But
what's
let's
real.
versus
be realistic. Let's be realistic. Y'all two is different from the rest of the world then. Cause ain't nobody in their right mind gonna walk up to somebody and say, you suck.
Oh, we didn't care. Do I know them?
Like it don't matter.
I'm
Do
talking
they?
about a person that you do know, or a person that, you know, is close to you. Wouldn't nobody come up to you and say you're a bad mom if they didn't know you was a bad mom.
If they seen you out in public and they seen you do something to your child, yes, they would.
Hey, some
You
people are
right.
bold.
Yeah,
You right.
they will come
Some
up to you
people
and
are
I
be
didn't
like,
think
bold.
about that.
what are you
Lord have
doing to your
mercy.
child? You're a bad mom. Like, that is
Listen,
wrong.
I'm still a firm believer in it's not what you say, it's how you say, it, especially to the newer generation as well, because a lot of these generations now cannot take um harshness. You have suicides.
See?
They
She
they
talking about
just
our people. I don't give a fuck. I'm telling you, people will tell
exactly.
you.
A lot of people, but no. She knows she would not have nobody come up to her and be like, bitch, you suck. She'd be like, who the fuck you talk to? Who the
I
fuck
Yeah,
you?
yeah,
wouldn't
we
even
already know.
Come on
care.
now.
I
Let's be
wouldn't even care.
real.
You're
Let's be
a
real.
mom. Why would you care? You got your kids to think about. Who gives a fuck about what a person is? Like, what's more
But
important? You want to
nobody,
go to jail or you want to raise your kids?
even Mr. Accountability up here ain't even finna do that. So let's be real. We're gonna be real. We're gonna be all the way 100.
If they put their
Nobody
hands
will
on
allow
me,
nobody to just come
that's
up
a
to you and
different.
disrespect you.
If they put
For
their
me,
hands on me, that's a different story. But just talk. I have never been phased by people talking. I was talked about my entire life. And I mean, I literally, you know how Martin Luther King and them sat
But
at them
that took
counters and took that
growth.
shit?
But
I
that
sat
took
there and I
growth.
took that shit.
That took growth. That took for you to go through that shit in order for you to be how you are now.
I mean,
No, that just took me shutting the fuck up.
yeah,
But I'm also
I
not gonna
learned at a
give
young
a
age.
okay, so Nunu just said I'm not gonna give nobody a reason to do it. Sometimes you don't have to have a reason for somebody to walk up to you and say you a bad mother.
Then they crazy. Then I'm gonna think they delusional because I know you're not talking to me,
Because
bitch.
it could be you got Karens that do all type of shit now. Let's be clear. You could just
Yeah.
be standing here, walking with you. You know how them little kids be on them little leashes with the little leash things. Why do you have Billy on a leash? You're a bad mother.
Okay, and that's her,
Billy
and that's
shouldn't be
what
on a
she feels.
leash.
I'm
But
okay
that's what
with
I'm
that. I
saying.
don't. I used to be too consumed with how people saw me. So now when I tell y'all that I really don't give a fuck, I do not give a fuck. I
But that's
don't
what I'm
get
saying.
10 of them bitches.
It
Like,
took
if
you to
I
go
had,
through that process. That's what I'm saying. It took you to go through that process to get to that point where you just. I mean, honestly, I don't give a fuck either. I could care less. But I don't. You're not gonna come up in here and disrespect me.
I
That's
be
just
like, you know
it.
what, it's good. I just
Everything
don't
before
like
butt is
people
bullshit.
poking at me. I got pet peeves though. Don't poke me, bitch.
Don't
What
asinine me.
what
For
you
me,
trying to eat?
the biggest thing now, especially like you said, this generation, no, I know, I'm sorry, China. The biggest problem with this generation, and a lot of people don't
They
even get it.
soft.
It's not the kids. I don't blame no kids for how they are. I blame the parents. These parents are
Ooh,
soft badly.
I
These parents
disagree.
these parents are not the way I was raised. I raised my kids the same way. A lot of these
Yeah,
parents,
y'all don't have
oh,
no
I'm
follow
not gonna
through.
I'm not
Y'all kids
I'm
be
not gonna whip
doing
my
all y'all
kids,
vice
and
shit.
I'm not. I don't know how many friends that I know allow their kids to sit in the living room while grown folks having a conversation.
Oh
If you,
no.
if you don't
No,
go in the
no, no,
room,
no,
something
no.
ain't right.
Bye. Why you here?
I don't know how many parents repeat the same thing over and over. I'm not repeat my look. The dishes got to be washed. If you don't wash them, don't worry
What
about it.
she said.
Don't worry about it at all. Just know every day you get out of school until your birthday comes up, you're gonna wash every dish in that motherfucking sink. Every dish in that motherfucking cabinet I got, you're gonna watch every last one of them. Cause I'm only gonna tell you one time and one time only. And that's
Yeah.
what it is. A lot of these parents too friendly.
My
That's
mom
why
was too
that's
Soft.
why
soft.
that's why their kids are the way they
Too
are now.
soft.
They all will the kids are soft, they sensitive. And
We were
then
And
what
as
it,
soon as somebody means to them, they want to end it
and
all.
and what ends up happening is in a lot of ways they come across that kid that was like me. They come across that kid that's that dog on the field, and I'm looking at you like you hugging your parents, you getting dog today, you sensitive, you soft. That's I looked at kids like that, like yeah, okay, you over there pouting because you made a bad play. Just know I'm gonna make the next play for you worse because you soft, you moist. So I don't worry about. I got
You
something for
think
you.
hugging on your parents at that age made you
No,
soft?
no, it wasn't them hugging their parents. It was the action that they displayed. Like they'll make a bad play, head down, cool. Next play, I'm gonna make it worse on you. So you're gonna take that helmet off. You're gonna take them pads off. You're gonna take them cleats off before this game is over with. You're gonna get benched, and I'm gonna point at you and laugh. A
Why
lot of
you
these kids,
want to break people
a lot
down
of these
like
kids,
that?
no, because a lot of these kids are not built for a lot of stuff, and there are a lot of kids out here who go through way worse stuff and are a whole lot more appreciative. I see so
That's
many,
true.
I see so
That's
many
true.
kids that are disobedient, disrespectful to their parents. It's crazy, and they parents give them everything possible, and they don't
Yep.
listen. They don't listen at all. And then later on in
Stop
life,
giving.
later on, like the first thing the parents say, I don't know why the kid will listen to me because you repeat yourself too much. That's why. You got your ass whipped as a kid. How many times you touch your baby? I ain't gonna whoop my kid. Don't.
I didn't get
Just
whooped.
know, just know, life gonna whoop their ass.
Sure
I
is.
didn't
I
get
promise you
whooped.
that one.
I didn't. My mama didn't whoop us. My mama was, she was soft. Well, she didn't whoop me. Them other two kids, she definitely beat their ass because
Oh, so you the baby.
But you
no, no,
seen
no,
it
no.
though. You seen what
Oh,
they did,
Boy,
and you like in your head, it's like, okay, you know what? I'm not going through this. I seen what they went through. I'm not getting my ass whooped. It's not happening. I seen the stupid mistakes they made. I've been whooped maybe twice my entire life. I
my
seen
mama,
that pain for
I can't.
me. That pain for me was enough to know, yeah, nope, I'm good.
I can't
my
When
tell you how
mama
many
when
didn't
whoopings
whoop
I done
us.
got.
My mama didn't whoop us because her mama used to abuse her. So that's why we didn't get whoopings. My mama was more of a talker. So Nunu
Talking
said
on the
these
shit.
fathers ain't taking boys in the garage to show them how to fix cars, and mothers aren't taking their daughters in the kitchen
In the
showing them how to
kitchen.
cook. Everybody faces are in their phones and not focused on the kids. I really
Ooh,
think that.
girl, that is
hundred
so
percent.
true.
It look there
Facts.
is no more discipline. There's no more communication. There's no more attentiveness. Like all that is gone.
How we
It's
break
gone.
down them walls and barriers? How you move past like all this screen time, all these phones, all that shit? How you get
Time
more of a
limits.
connection with your child?
Take the
Attention.
most important, I would say, take the most important time in the day, which is supper, your dinners, no phones at the table. Have hold those communications about what happened today at school or what's going on for tomorrow. Supper to me, dinner time is the most important time because everybody coming together. You shouldn't have no phone at the dinner table.
You are so traditional. I love
I would
that for you.
say I would say just
You are
listen.
just-
I would say just listen. And I'm saying this because I'm a father. My son, he'll call me. Hey dad, I miss you. Hey dad, we gonna play the game. We come out here. Yeah, we are. My son will come to me when I'm with him. Hey dad, you want to do this? Come on, let's go do it. They want to go outside. Let's go do it. A lot of people don't listen to their kids at all. I listen to my son in the other room playing the game, and he's frustrated playing the game. I see a lot of me in him. He gets irritated. I hate losing. He's a sore loser. So
Mm.
so in that moment, to get him out of that mindset quick, hey Aaron, I'll hop off the game. We finna go play catch. At that point now, I'm turning my attention to what his needs are. His needs are I'm gonna break you from having bad habits that I have. I'm gonna break you from not being so bad with the game and bad with losing by showing you attention in a whole different area.
But how do you teach him good sportsmanship by doing that?
By doing what? Playing catch with him?
By by pulling him away from what's frustrating him.
Because as we're playing catch, I'm talking to him. As we're playing catch, I'm letting him
Oh,
know why I
okay.
put him off the game. As we're playing catch, I'm showing him that it's not okay to get frustrated or mad. I'll toss the ball real far because I got mad that my son threw the ball hard at me. Now I got to go get the ball. How's that make you feel, Arian? Well, I'll be lonely because now I got to wait for you to come back. It's a consequence to everything you do. A lot of people are just not attentive to their kids. They
That's
don't listen
true.
to their children.
Well, that's true. I can say that, but I can also say that it's kind of hard to do a little bit when you're a single in a single parent home, especially with the increase of today's time, food increase, the daily increases of today's time, where people have to work multiple jobs to bring home the money enough to keep the lights on, to keep the rent paid, to keep the life going. So when you don't have that two-parent home, it is kind of tough to give the attention to that child that it needs from the parent. And that's why you have a lot of these things like games or phones or a lot of other, things that we put inside into the kids' faces to take their attention off of us not being around
Nope.
or things like that.
This
Because
this finna spark
it's
something
hard.
real bad.
That's hard.
It's finna spark something real bad. People, parents are two things: selfish and lazy. Hands
Interesting.
down. You just named a whole bunch of stuff that everybody in the world got to do. And the first thing people throw out is it's hard to be a single parent. It's hard to do this. It's hard to do that. One thing, you knew what you was kind of getting into once the single parent life hit you. So now you know it's me. Now you know it's just me. Gotta do this, gotta do this, gotta do that. But you make time for what you want to make time for.
Exactly.
So there is no
But if I
people use excuses and call them reasons. And the reason you just said was you said, "Oh, I gotta work. I gotta groceries went up." People use excuses and call them reasons. I'm gonna go to the grocery store with my kids. I'm gonna take them with me. I'm gonna give them time
Of
right then and there.
course.
I'm
Of course. But
with 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 their homework. With
how
their
can you
homework.
give your kid 100% the attention they need at the grocery store?
That's not hard. Me and my kids go to the grocery store and I'll push the cart. Y'all throw the food in. They have fun throwing the
I'm
food in the
not
cart.
throwing no food. I'm up here trying to, okay, what quantity is this and how much this costs compared to this much? You can't do all that. I can't
I
just
already,
pick
I
up
already, I
this
already
and
innately
toss it
know.
in there.
I already
I ain't
innate,
doing that.
I already innately know what I'm getting. I got my list.
Oh,
So once we
cause
get
that's
to an
what
aisle,
men do. That's what men do. Women, we shop a little different.
oh no, no, I get that 100%. But at the same time, like I said, people use excuses and call them reasons. Once you find out that this was just an excuse instead of a reason, things change in your life. And the way you find that out is by trying different things, trying something new. I had a friend that tell me it's hard for her to help her son out with his homework because she don't have the time to help him with his homework because she don't know how to figure out a way for him to learn faster or better with his homework. And what I said was, what does he like? Video games. Okay, cool. My son loves video games too. What I did was every time he had a math problem, I would draw little Fortnite characters and I give him a small little Nerf gun. We'll cut the Fortnite characters out. It's 8 Fortnite characters on the wall. We gonna shoot 6 of them. How many of them didn't get shot? 2. When he goes to school, he gonna think about that Fortnite thing I taught him. He gonna put that in his math equation now at school. Even though he got Nerf gun with him, he gonna put it in them equations. People use excuses and call them reasons as to why they can't. And I'm sorry, why they choose not to. There is no can't. You just choose not to do this. And say, oh, the reason is, oh, well, I got 6 kids, or I got 3 kids, I got 2 kids, I'm by myself, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Okay, if that's the case, then teach your kids some responsibility. Teach your kids something that they need to know. A
I
lot of
feel like
people,
it sounds good.
it's always gonna sound good until you do it. And like I said, it's gonna sound good every day of the week. But until you actually do it, it's always gonna be, oh, it sounds good, or it's easier said than done.
It is.
You people don't try. People don't put the effort. But if it's something you want, something you want to do, you put that effort for. You want to go to a concert, you go put in that overtime to make sure you got enough money for that concert.
That's
People
true.
people make
That's
excuses
true.
for everything except for
So
themselves all the
so
time.
even some people make excuses for themselves. Hell, Nunu was up here making excuses for herself the long and we got on to her. So we gonna say you right. People make excuses for what they want to make excuses for. People make time for what they want to make time for. However, it is harder. I didn't say that it couldn't be done. I said that it is
It's
harder
only as
on
hard as you make it.
one individual. Yes, it is.
It's only
It
as hard
is.
as you make it.
So, are you a full time parent or are you a part time parent?
Okay, that's another thing for me that I don't. I'm not. There's no such thing for me as a part-time parent.
A part-time parent is a parent that don't have the kid fully in the household.
I gladly, and I've told both my kids' mothers this, I gladly, and this is not a knock against them, will take my kids full time and they
But
will
see
be
that,
perfectly fine. And I won't ask them for a dime. Nothing. I won't need to because these are my children. I'm gonna take care of my
that's the
children
thing.
regardless.
That's the thing. That's why I said it's easier said than done, especially when you have multiple children in the household. You cannot give that child the same attention that each child is not going to be able to give the same attention equally. One child gonna need this more in this area than that child is. This
But
child,
you know your children. I know
yeah,
my
you know
kids.
your
I
children, but
know I know what
children,
my kids need, want, don't want from
but
top to
when you
bottom.
in that, but when they're in the house with you full time, full time. And let me say, I applaud you on being in your children's life because some men just ain't eat and some women just ain't got it. You feel me? So I applaud you for being there. But when you and when it's only one, just one person, and that other motherfucker ain't there, that shit is hard. It's hard.
And that's where responsibility comes into play. What I do as a parent, not just as a father, as a parent, when I'm around my kids, when I'm with my kids, when I put time into them, I'm teaching them responsibilities. So when I'm not here, their mother's job is a whole lot motherfucking easier. She ain't got to say a whole lot of shit. My kids' parents both have one credit card each. I pay both those credit cards because I don't know what they pay for medicine, what they pay for shoes, what they pay for candy, what they pay for socks, what they pay for anything that my kids want when I ain't around. Because again, I'm not around. So I'm gonna do what I need to do to make sure that no matter what, it's as easy for you as possible because I'm not around. You're not calling me every day saying, "Hey, your son just grew 2 more inches. He need more pants."
Let
I
me
gave
tell you, let
I
me
gave
say this.
I gave you a credit card because I'm not gonna always know what they need. I'm not gonna always know what you spend on our child for food, for groceries, for snacks, for McDonald's. I don't know. So to equate for that, I teach my kids two things: one, responsibility; two, respect. You're gonna have those
Right.
two things when I'm not around. So that way their mother ain't got a problem because they are in the household by themselves. I'm not there. But I'm gonna teach my children responsibility so it's easier on them. My kids know how to wash dishes, wash clothes, clean the kitchen, clean the household, count
Right.
money.
The kids know how to do all that. And that's like I said, when the father is in the household, and I know this all too well. So kids act differently when the father is present because that father has this aura over him that immediately you don't even have to do it, but it immediately intimidates that child due to the fact that your presence is there and they respect that father quickly or more quickly than they do they
That's
respect
not
mom.
true
That's
for
that's that's
everybody.
that's the
That
that's the
is true.
Because my daddy, I didn't give a fuck. Nigga, I don't
Was
care
your
if
daddy
you.
in the household? Was it
Yes, for
was
8 years. I
but it
only
had to be
talk to my.
something, it had to be something that he was not doing that made him lose that respect for you.
Nah, I just like my mama more.
that can be true to an extent because mothers are a little more keen to being
That was
more
she was there.
to
I mean,
be
my
to be
daddy was
She
there,
was
but
there. That's what I'm saying. It was
my
something that he
daddy was
wasn't doing.
there, but my mom was there.
That's what I'm saying. It had been something he wasn't doing that made you lose that respect for
It
him.
wasn't that I didn't have any respect for him. It's just that he didn't intimidate me. I didn't give a fuck about that. I didn't care about that. He don't intimidate me. The same way I act around
Okay,
my
so
mama, I
then,
act around my daddy. I didn't care.
so to me, that just means that he didn't put his foot down
What did he need to put his
in
foot down
in a
for?
way that he should have to make you
To be
have that
intimidated?
respect for him, to have that respect for him,
A respect like what?
to have that respect. You said you didn't give a fuck. That means you didn't respect
You
him.
said that we are intimidated. And no, I did not give a fuck about that
I'm
intimidation
saying
shit.
as far as when it comes to they respect men quickly or more quicklier than they do you.
No, no,
Yes, they
no,
do.
no.
now
No,
Yes,
they
there's
do
they
not.
do.
They
there's
do not.
there's give and take with
I
that.
don't agree.
I don't have to put my foot down with my kids. I'm gonna teach you what you did wrong by you going through it yourself. Like
That's not what I'm saying.
no. You're saying it's easier for a guy to have to deal with this or deal with that when it comes to their kids in the household and out of the household
Because
because
guys get more
because
respect than women do.
they're more
They
feared, they're
have
more
a they
intimidating.
have an aura on them.
Even
That's
with that aura,
that strength of a man, the look of a man, everything about the man that's supposed to put a child that intimidates a child is there.
I
Let,
don't
let,
agree with that.
I guess
even
I'm
even
old school. I guess I'm
even
old. I'm 80s. I'm in the 80s, and y'all is more in the newer generation. So I guess y'all didn't have
the
that.
who?
The
I'm a '90s
newer,
baby.
exactly, a 90s baby.
That
I'm
ain't no
in.
newer generation. I can guarantee you, the way I grew up in my household, it'll break a lot of people. A lot of people say they grew up in a strong household or well, hearing this and that criticism. No, my household completely different. There, you had to have a strong mindset in my household. So
What?
My
you
my
had to.
daddy was the one who
My
disciplined us.
I didn't hear I love you from my
That don't mean
from I didn't hear my love you
shit.
from
Just
my
saying, he still didn't get that
I didn't hear I
respect.
love you from my mother and grandmother until I was in my late 20s. We got criticism. We got jokes. That was them saying I love you. They talked about us. They talked about everything. So for me, I grew up how I grew up. I don't see it as a generational thing because my kids are in this new generation, but they're not gonna be like other kids just because they're in this generation.
It's
They're
how
gonna
you
be
talk.
they're
It's the
gonna be
foundation that
they're
you
gonna
put on your kids.
they're gonna be how I raised them to be, not because of the generation. I don't care what this generation ain't got nothing to do with me or my children. I have something to do with me and my children. The
I
generation
just
don't mean
know
shit.
where you thinking, and I tell you this: I used to be a teacher, and when the kids used to go rambunctious, and it was a male teacher, they would come and get me. Desiree, we need you to come and talk to these kids. You need to come and comment. When I worked at Cornerstone, and them clients used to be ready to, they used to come and get me. They didn't go get the man. They didn't go get the op. They used to come and get me. I don't think that it's about how you communicate with people. I had a rapport with every single one of my with everything, and if and a daddy, if he just intimidating because oh his presence is there, then
Did
that
I just not say it's communication is key? It's how you say it. And y'all was like, no, no,
no,
it's not
not how
being
you say
real.
it. I'm not talking about how you say it. I'm saying I had a rapport with all of my. They knew we didn't. I talked to them like I talk to you. I don't go in and I don't dwindle anybody less because
Yeah,
you
but you
you
don't
different from me.
disrespect them either. How you talk to me respectfully. You talk to respectfully.
This how I
That,
talk.
that's what I'm saying. Y'all just don't disrespect folk. That's what I'm
That's why I
saying.
said what's
No, not at all.
disrespect for you.
It just depends. Like when you know when somebody disrespecting you with the tone in their voice, the look on their face, the body language, all of that is key.
My next thing will be
You
why
know
it
when you're
matters.
being disrespected.
Why? Why does it matter?
Why not do it not matter?
Why
Disrespect
does
is
it matter?
disrespect.
Is
Because
it
it
gonna
did.
dwindle you any less? Is it gonna make you seem like you not what you is? Is we caring about what other people thinking about us?
So it just depends on for me. One thing is for me as a person, I don't like public humiliation. And if you trying to embarrass me in front of my kids or something like that, disrespect me, I'm not gonna take too
You
kindly
gonna
of that at
embarrass
all.
yourself more by trying to out embarrass them, embarrassing you.
No, I'm not gonna see the thing about me is I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you fully. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. I can say what I have to say without coming out of character. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna walk away, but I'm not gonna let you just think you can just say what you want to say without me knowing that you're trying to take it there. Cause I'm gonna let you know that I know where we at.
You know what I
I feel
learned?
like
And Tiny, you sound like my mom. You know what I learned from my mom? And she taught me this. She said, "When somebody disrespects you, it's because you allowed it. For one, and the reason why you allowed it is because you cared, and the reason why you cared is because you want to know what they thought about you. And the fact they told you what they thought about you, you gonna tell them what you think about them now because you want to say that shit to begin with.
Yeah.
So for me, I don't care what you think about me. If you going if for you to disrespect me, I, one, I gotta care. I don't. Two, what you saying got to be wholeheartedly true, and you don't know me that well for it to be true. Now, people can disrespect you, especially your significant other. They can disrespect you, like you said, in ways they can disrespect you in front of your kids or out in public, try to humiliate you. All that in certain situations, I get.
I agree.
You can wholeheartedly flip out. I get it, but I promise you, next time something happens, just say, "Okay, cool, I got you."
Don't.
Walk away. I
You want to
guarantee you.
serve
I guarantee
what
you, there'll be a whole lot more mad by you just saying, "Okay, cool," and you walking away than you actually saying something back.
don't get it. This is me. This is the thing. When a person can get me out of character, when a person can make me upset, you could get me there. You got control over me. And the
Yeah.
way I see it is, I'm not finna give it to you. I don't care. Like you not finna get that shit up off of me, bro. You can say whatever you want to say, do whatever you think you gotta do. Like even you, the only thing you can't do is get physical with me. Don't get physical with me, cause the moment you get physical with me, now you invited me to whoop your
Yeah,
ass.
that's different.
So like, and that's the only thing. My mouth gonna make you want to punch me in my motherfucking face. Guarantee you. I'm gonna get on you way worse than you could ever get on me. I could go round for rounds with this verbal shit, and I don't never gotta raise my voice. I don't never gotta like. I don't gotta do it. I
And
promise
you,
I don't. I
you know
people
what?
always used to tell me like, Desiree, you got a way of being real nice, but it be real. People don't be catching what you be saying till it be a little bit too late. Like I be like, I feel you, I got you, but it's just me peeping shit, and I'm more of a I'm gonna ask you a question before I assume some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see what you really doing. Like that's how you really feel. Tell me why you feel that way. People can tell. I promise you. I have had recent situations where people have like tried to comfort me. And I'm looking at them like, oh, that's how you feel. So tell me why you feel that way. Like what I did to make you feel that way. How I show you that type of vibe. Tell me, I get intrigued. Like, oh, you think I'm like that? Tell me how I'm like that. I don't even so people see it as disrespect and I see it as like this intriguing point of view. Like, what you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how you feel like that? And people get mad when I ask them that shit, like, you know what you do. Like, what you mean? Like, tell me.
Because
Talk
in most cases, people only saying stuff that they heard. They don't know you. They saying what they heard. They heard this from Sally Sue, Billy Ann, and Mary Beth, and now they gonna repeat it. Mainly because they don't like you, or they're jealous of you, or they envy you. Any of that. People don't be knowing. That's where the disrespect come in. Oh, I heard this. I'm gonna say this, try and get in this person's skin.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I ain't
That's
never,
true.
I ain't never met you from that sock in Walmart. I walked past. What? I can't do nothing for you.
I think you just gotta choose your battles wisely. But these
That's
the same
definitely true.
them walls that hinder us too. Like just caring what people think is a wall that'll
Mm-hmm.
hinder. It'll keep you from getting outside of your shell. Trust me, I've been there. I didn't
I
like.
agree.
I
I
cared so
agree.
much what people thought. Oh, they gonna
Mm-hmm.
so
China, I
don't
got a
don't
question
box
for you.
yourself in like that.
Can you name a time when you had to set boundaries to protect your well-being and break unhealthy patterns?
Ooh. Um, I can't say more so I guess when I was going through a friendship breakup. I can say when I first moved down here to Florida, I moved with a friend, right? And I didn't know what this move was supposed to mean. I didn't know if it was supposed to be, it's supposed to be a temporary thing, permanent thing. I just knew I needed to get away from an environment that wasn't healthy, right? So when I found out the friend became a friend of me, a enemy, that's when I started to slowly put those boundaries in place between. I started to learn that even though you call a person your friend, you're always supposed to have boundaries. And it doesn't matter what relationship that you get in, you always supposed to have boundaries. Nobody needs to know everything about you.
Okay, so you say you also have boundaries. with a
Mm-hmm.
friendship. So that so you
Yeah.
so you're saying that you don't feel like that applies to a regular relationship.
Yep. I feel
Okay.
like that applies.
You feel like it applies to both?
I feel like it applies to a regular relationship as well.
Why do you feel you need to have those boundaries?
I
If
feel
if
like
you want a
those,
person to know you wholeheartedly through and through, why do you feel you need to have those boundaries?
well, I feel like there's levels to this shit. And I feel like when you're in a relationship, that means you're growing, right? There's a beginning level, then we move up to a middle level, then we hear. But I feel like at every level there should be something that a person should know something new. I don't feel like I should tell this man everything about me and we just met. Why? Because I'm protecting myself. That's why those boundaries are in place so you can protect yourself and the things around you.
No, I'm not saying to let them know everything about you when you first meet. But what I am saying is a lot of people a lot of people want their significant other to be all in with them. A lot of
You
people
can
want that in a
be
lot of cases.
you can be all in with your significant other, but your significant other do not have to know everything about you. Sometimes privacy is key. That's why you have diaries that nobody's supposed to be knowing that what you saying and your deepest and your darkest thoughts are in that diary. That's for you only. That's why nobody's supposed to be going through nobody's phone. Cause what you do in the dark can come to the light.
Well, that's why I feel like we
Here's
supposed to have communication because you
mm-hmm.
supposed to be my diary.
If I can't vent to you, if I can't come to you about anything,
No, that's not what I'm
a
saying.
situation can come up. If
What
I
you will keep from them?
if I don't open up to you about everything, and you grow that trust with me, that I can open up to you about everything.
You can slowly build.
Something can come up to the point where you can't help me because you didn't even know from the jump where this
That's
started.
not what I'm saying. That's not what
What
I'm
you saying?
saying. That's why I said there's levels to this. At each
Open it
level,
up.
you open up something a little bit more about yourself, a little bit more about your as long as you growing with that person should know it's you peeling back those banana peel layers.
But
And
you
I
also
teach
said that a person shouldn't know everything.
a person
So how do you peel back layers but not know everything?
a person should know if you ask me a question, I'm gonna tell you, right?
Right?
If we together. But if you don't ask, I'm not gonna tell you shit. And that's just how it is. I'm gonna have my diary. And if we're dating, if we're because in a marriage, you still date in a marriage. Because you still growing in a marriage. Whether you're growing together or separately, you're still growing. And that person that you're dating should know enough well enough about you, but it's things that you have inside of you that should be just kept for you.
Like
If I
what?
if I'm dating
Whatever.
if I'm dating
I,
in a marriage, we don't need to be married.
but I'm asking, like, what
What?
you keeping to
If I'm still
yourself?
if I'm still learning you in a marriage, if I'm still trying to figure it out in a marriage, we don't
No,
need to be
that's
in a
not what I'm
marriage.
saying. Because in 10 years, I'm not the same person that you married 10 years ago.
Who are you?
I'm not the same. We all my favorite color might be red. My favorite
Hey,
color might be red.
Who
but
are
no, no,
you?
no, no, no. But if your favorite color is red, I'm gonna pay attention to you enough to know your favorite color changed. You ain't gotta
And that's
tell
why
me.
I
I'm gonna
said
pay
you
attention
still
enough to
dating
know.
in your marriage. You still dating in your
That's
marriage.
not dating. That's just paying attention.
Okay.
That's just me paying attention to you. Me being attentive to you. Your likes, your needs, your wants, all that.
That's yeah, but at the end of the day, you still dating to still you still knowing it. You still have to learn each other in a marriage.
I
Cause you
already
still growing.
I already know you. That's why I'm married to you.
You know me, but we grow. Things change. You have to keep up. Certain people don't do that. That's why you go on dates. You still have to date within your marriage. You have to keep it spicy.
Oh, but that's not that's not the same. As what I'm saying, but I get what you're saying. But that's just regular everyday shit. Like, hey, we married. Let's go to the movies. Like that's just regular everyday shit. Hey, let's go to Dubai or let's plan a trip to Jamaica. Like it's just regular everyday shit. You're gonna do regardless. That you gonna plan out with your significant other, whether y'all boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, husband, wife, etc., etc. But for me to get to that point where I can say I'm gonna propose, I can say I'm gonna marry you, I pay attention to you enough to know that in almost any situation, almost, because some situation you haven't been through, but almost any situation, how you gonna react, how you gonna respond, how you gonna feel. I know these things because I pay attention enough to you that I don't have to question. I don't got to ask you, hey, how you feeling right now? Hey, no. If I know for a fact that we get a dog and a dog lives with us for 13 years and you are highly attached to that dog, I don't got to ask you how you feeling. I know something's up. All I'm going to say is talk to me. I'm here.
Yeah, you
That's
should
it.
know. You should
That's
know
it.
that
That's
person
all.
well enough to do
I
that.
shouldn't have to keep asking you questions. If I keep asking you questions, I'm not paying attention. If I got to keep
No,
asking
if
you,
you have to keep asking questions, then your communication level is whack.
that, and you know what? You know what that sound like? That sound like your levels. That sound like a person got to keep getting them levels.
No, you missed what I was saying. What I'm saying is, because you're supposed to ask questions in the beginning of us dating or us getting to know each other. I'm not gonna tell you what happened in my previous marriage or whatever the case may be. Why? Because we ain't there yet. We
So
ain't made it to that point yet.
how long is there?
It depends on the pace that me and you go.
If
That's
somebody
how that
asks you
is.
on a first date, what how was your last relationship? You not gonna tell them?
No.
That's tough.
And why I say no, and I say no because it's a protection level when it comes to a woman. A man could until I get to know you, then that's when I open up and say, well, this transpired or that
Oh,
transpired.
so you supposed to get to know him, but he ain't supposed to get to know you until
No, I'm not saying that.
until you're ready.
We can talk, but we can talk all day long and date all day long.
Hello, Reese.
Hi.
We can
We
talk,
can,
but I can only know so much about you because you want to protect yourself.
and you should be doing the same thing.
Okay, so we both just
What are
holding
you
back.
protecting
We
yourself from?
both we both just
because
holding back. Then, long story
because
short.
I'm just gonna no, it's not holding back, it's levels. And what I mean by levels is I'm saying not one person should know everything fully about you fully coming out. I'm not gonna tell you I allowed this to happen because why a man is gonna look at since she allowed it from this dude, she's gonna I know how far she would go.
But you
If but
already
if
What
learned
but
your
if
level?
lesson, so you could put your.
A
That's where
lot
your
of women ain't
boundaries
learned
come
their
in.
lesson. A
that's
lot of
on them,
women don't
then
learn a lesson.
that's
But
on
yeah,
them.
I'm saying like people, if I tell you something and you think you finna use it against me, like you stupid, because
Some people do that. Some people
that's
turn what you
fine and
say
they can, and
and
I
use
don't
it against
care.
you. And guess what? And
You
that's
could
why I
do
say it's
whatever you want to do.
levels.
What's the level?
You
I
have to
don't.
learn
I
that
don't know.
person enough. You have to know that person enough to know how far and what to go to share. And if I'm comfortable enough to share everything with you, then that's just that's how much open you'll get. But sometimes you supposed to be allowed to have privacy. And
You
that's how I
are.
feel.
I agree with you, but I'm just saying, like, if a person trying to get to know me and they ask me a question, I'm gonna answer the question because obviously you want to know.
Yeah, I'm gonna
And
answer the
nothing that
question, but
Everything before but is bullshit.
no, we talked about this, but still gonna be a but.
I'm just saying, like, I just think like if a person want to get to know me, I'm gonna tell them everything they want to know.
if
I
I ask
don't.
a
You
woman,
can ask me.
if I ask a woman about her past relationship, and she say, I'm not telling you that.
No,
In my
I'm
head,
not saying that I'm
and
not gonna. I'm gonna let them know key things, but I'm not gonna go in depth to the point where this,
I
that, and
got
that.
you. They don't need detailed
But
association
Right.
but
about
see
what
see
you with.
see here's the way my mind works. My mind, I'm an in depth motherfucker, so I'm gonna ask in depth questions. And if you can't answer in my head, it's like, what you hiding?
She
What
hiding
you do?
something.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
how I
Like,
It ain't
feel.
about.
Like,
It's
daddy,
not
what you
about
do?
a woman hiding. It's about me protecting myself.
What are you
I
protecting
In
don't
the
yourself
feel like
from?
beginning,
that's protecting
The only
yourself
way
though.
the only way you protecting yourself is because you possibly will allow it to happen again.
no,
Well, then what are you protecting?
from it happening again.
So you gonna allow it to happen again?
No,
You going if you worried about telling them, then that means you're worried about him doing it and you possibly allowing it.
no. Like I said, it's layers to this, and don't nobody needs to know everything about you. Not even your best friend.
Baby, it's too late for that. Cause
Facts.
Miss Nunu know it all. Jarrell know it all. Like it's late. I am open. I mean, like I'm so open.
And that's not
Late.
always a good thing.
It's beautiful. It's the I've been
That's
living
not
life
always a good
for a
thing.
long time.
And that's because my experiences, and that's why I say, hey, at this big age, I'm learning so much stuff at 38, 37 years old, 38, that I know now that it's not so good to be so open. Everybody don't need to know everything about you.
I don't know. I just don't have. I don't care.
I don't have anything to hide. You ask me, I'm gonna tell you
Yeah, I
It's
because
guess
not about
so.
I'm not
it's not
ashamed of
about hiding.
I'm
It's
not
not about
ashamed of
hiding.
anything in my past. I'm not saying anything I did, anything I said, nothing at all. I'm not worried about nothing. I'm not worried about nobody judging me. Either you gonna fuck with me or you not.
Or
It's
you
that
not.
simple.
It's not about hiding anything. It's not about judgment. It's just that people don't need to know everything about you. It's protection.
I ain't got nothing to protect. If I fuck with you, I fuck with you. If I don't, I don't.
Hey,
He
we all
asked
done
me
had different
earlier.
experiences. I've had some experiences as to the reasons why I am the way I am now. And that's why I'm like, Desiree know fully. It affected my kids. It affected my whole environment. And that's why I said those boundaries needs to happen, whether it's your best friend or not. When you have a husband, your best friend don't need to know everything that's going on with you and your husband. That's just the point blank in the period. When you and your best friend share something that's between you and her or him or whatever, your husband don't need to know what's been shared between you and your best friend. That's boundaries. It's called respect. It's called trust.
If I'm
But we
married to a
talking about
woman,
somebody, me telling them about me. I'm not talking about
yeah,
me telling them about my best friend or nothing. I'm talking about me.
No, I'm talking about, okay, so if I came to you as as a best friend, right? And I said, girl, don't say nothing. Keep this between you and I. And you go tell your husband, now I can't trust you because now your husband doesn't know
I'm
my
so
business.
glad you said that because, like you said earlier, now you know how to move with that motherfucker. That's how that works now. Now you know where they at. Now you know what you can and cannot tell them.
What?
You just said that you can't trust her now.
But that doesn't
I
mean
said
that
that
when you
earlier.
was talking about pulling up a wall, that's different.
I said the same thing earlier. How you gonna trust him again? You gonna be fully open? And you said yeah, because you
You
said you're not
mean
gonna change
as,
you.
no, it's not going to change me. I just know what I can and can't share. That don't mean I'm putting up a wall. That just means I know what I can and can't tell you. I
But
know I can,
how do you ever
if
really
I,
know what you can and can't tell anybody? How do you ever really know?
because if a person breaks your trust, then you know what you can and can't tell them.
But it's layers. How do you ever really know what you can and cannot tell this person?
If they break your trust.
So when do the layers come down? Because
The la-
how do I know that? Because just like I got walls and I got layers, you
that
got to break
person would
down or
never
whatnot.
change. What you mean? The zebra never changes its stripes.
I got walls and I got layers. You got to break down. You got walls and you got layers. I got to break down, and
If it apply one way, it apply all way.
we still breaking each other. We still breaking each other layers down, right? The whole time we breaking each other layers down, I still don't fucking know you.
Zebra never
And you don't
changes.
know
The
me.
zebra never changes the stripes, so you do know them.
Rich said you don't believe in change. Who you asking that to, Rich?
Me, because I said a zebra don't change the stripes, and they don't.
Oh, okay,
They
okay.
can in a lot of ways.
Barely.
I I beg to differ. If a person want to change, they will. If they don't, then they
If
won't.
a person gonna tell your business one time, they gonna tell it again.
If a person wants to change, they'll change.
If they want to, but
That's
you can't
that's.
make them change.
I ain't trying to make nobody do
Tell
nothing.
you. I
I ain't
talked
gonna
to
make you do
a
nothing
man one time, and this man he showed me that when a man want to do something, he gonna do it.
He gonna
We
facts.
had
do it. Yeah.
we had a conversation, and I mean this was just conversation. Minute, little, small as fuck. This man he used to bite his nails, and we was having a conversation. I was like, I really don't care for people who bite their nails. I wasn't telling him not to bite his nails or nothing like that. He stopped biting his nails.
Because you expressed how you felt, so he changed his motherfucking
And
stripes.
he changed, and then we didn't have. It wasn't me having a conversation. I didn't have to ask him. I didn't have to say nothing to him. He was just like, "You said you ain't really care for that, so it ain't
He
hurt me.
might get
It
bite
ain't
his
did."
nails around you.
No, no, he don't bite to this day. That man don't bite his nails.
Even
He
if he
made it a habit for himself.
even if he don't bite him around
But
her,
he the one
that's
that
him showing her
decided
enough
to
respect.
change that. Not
Yeah,
because you,
He
not
did,
he did.
but
And I
that's
said,
but
and that's
that's
why I
how
agree with y'all on that part. I agree. They can change if they want to. But once that trust has been broken, it's very hard to peel back and get back into.
I want to ask this question because Riz asks, when do you know when you feel comfortable then to let down your walls?
that's my question. 'Cause that's
I
tough.
feel like you're never safe with somebody because you never know how a person's gonna flip
So
on
you
you.
might as well
That
not give a
I'm
fuck
not
and just
But
tell it
I'm
all
not
that
getting
but
way.
I'm
you
not getting
should
married then.
you
I'm not
should
getting
know
married.
you should know when to feel comfortable enough, like, okay, well, you know what? The more you get to talk to a person, the more you know. I mean, that's a kind of like a question is like, okay, you should know. It depends on the pace. Who is this person? Because you completely like confusing what I'm saying. Nobody's living
I
in
agree. I
fear.
don't know. I kind of feel it.
Nobody's living in
100%.
fear. Nobody's living in fear. What I'm saying is a person should know a person when you're pulling back those walls or whatever, when you're pulling back those layers to you. Because when you first meet somebody, when you first meet somebody, you're gonna have a wall up, period. Until that person gains your trust, until that person gains your honest, I mean, until you're uh comfortable around that person. That's the only time those layers are gonna be peeled down. And the more those layers are peeled down, the more you're gonna share, the more you're gonna be open, the more you're gonna be okay to have that natural, you know, communication of, I mean, if it don't come, it ain't there. It ain't there. Sometimes it's completely just like that. That natural bond is like just like that. But sometimes it takes layers to this.
This make me go back to the question that Jarrell had asked me earlier. Is there anything that I regret? What was the question that you asked me?
Um,
It was something. It was the first question, I believe.
uh, I don't even remember honestly.
It was something about if I had did anything with anybody that I had regret or law or something like that. Have did anything for anybody that I've regretted, and I said no. I've done nothing for any. I haven't done anything that I've regretted because I understood right then and there. I'm taking the time to indulge in you. You
Oh
understand what I'm
no,
saying?
it was do you regret letting down any walls to anybody?
Yes, that's what it was. And no, I don't. Because that's the risk that you run when you say you gonna put yourself out
I
there.
do.
I don't regret it. Because if I love China, let me tell you this. Me and you could fall out today, right? And I won't regret nothing that happened between us. I won't
I
regret.
say I do only because it affected my children.
Shit, I got kids too, but I don't regret shit that I do
Well, I'm
that
just
have
saying
happened.
when she let her walls down with a person, it affected her children when she did it.
Right. That's
So
why I am the way I am now is because, and that's why I say nobody should know everything that you're going through with your significant other. Everything. I mean, it really takes grow. It takes I'm experienced in this because of what I went through. Because having somebody that I was friends with this bitch for 8 years, didn't see or ignored, as Nunu and Desiree said, I ignored signs because they wasn't for me. That was for somebody else, but they was for me. I just ignored them, even though they was for somebody else. Ignored the red flags because it wasn't happening to me at that time. So when it was my time with this person, and I was like, damn, I never thought this person would do this to me. Why not? Because they showed you exactly who the fuck they was from the beginning.
Are your kids good though?
They're good, but it was a lot that transpired within that. And that's the reason why I am, it's not fear, it's protection.
Your kids gonna go through a whole lot of shit in life.
Yeah,
Whole
yeah,
lot of shit. You
I
can't
know that.
you can't protect
But
them from everything.
it should be stuff that they allow themselves to go through, not stuff that I invited this person into our lives for them to go through that. And
I
that's
think
the
it's just this is what I've been, and I just know because I've been having to tell this a lot to a lot of people lately. And I think that we have gotten into this habit of moving so quickly to want to get into a relationship, to want to get somewhere, to want to get to know somebody, even if it was early on and it lasted 30 years. If it was something that you rushed into and you didn't even, you feel, I think Ayana said it the best. She said, I was with this man for 14 years. And she said, the only thing I could do was observe the way that he loved. And then she did what
and
after
she
14
didn't
years?
like the
She
way he
decided
loved.
that I didn't like the way that he was
He
giving
loved
out.
me, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, and that's all that you could do. You can't sit here and think that everybody, and even if they are, even if you do think they out to give you stop, get you, stop giving them the time of day. Why would you? I feel like it's and this, and I feel like this is because you're so traditional. You got this thing of, well, I'm already started. I gotta stick it out. I gotta go through this. We going through this. You're more of a fighter. You're more of a. But if you can see it before it get too far in, and you could say, you know what, that's not. And this is why I be trying to tell a lot of these women who look for relationships, and they look for relationships thinking, oh, all these other women out here giving them coochie. If I don't give them no coochie, I'm not gonna have a foot in the game. Like, man, listen,
Nah,
you want to get
yep.
everything that you want to get from these, don't get these niggas no
No coochie.
coochie.
They don't
Make,
need
I
none of it.
mean, make these niggas wait.
J Rail
Stand
like,
on your
nah, don't listen
shit.
to this. Don't
Oh
listen
no,
to
no,
this.
I ain't tripping now. Cause for me, I'm very big on. Look, if you do something I don't like, I'm gonna let you know.
I
Hey,
believe.
this or that transpired.
No, that's how I
This
am.
this is
That's how
this
I am
this
too.
this is how I felt about it. And if you don't change it, I'm gone. I'm not gonna sit and stick it out for what? I've already expressed to you what I don't like. You
Yeah.
heard what I don't like. You gonna do it again? Don't worry about it. We good. I ain't mad at you. I'm mad at myself because the first time I should
Right.
have walked away. So that's on me. You know, I did that. But the second
Yeah.
time, I'm gone.
Yep.
So I'm gonna get the
Man.
opportunity to correct what I'm not fond of. But if you take it upon yourself that nah, he'll be good. Well, shit, so will you, motherfucker. Hell, see ya. Just know, I'm sorry, but there are innately more women in the world than there are men. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
find another you. You ain't gonna find another me too easy. So good luck. Best I can do for
That's
you.
true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah. I think we just, I don't know. I think you just gotta slow down. People gotta slow down. You just gotta really get to know people. I think everything has just become so microwave for everybody. Oh, you like me? Oh, I like you too. We should be together. We should do this. Like, and it's kind of like feverish, you know. You know how you see them sex scenes in the movie where they all slamming doors, busting
Mm-hmm.
shit open, like throwing people
Like and
everywhere.
like and like real life, that shit ain't don't be like that. Like no, like niggas, like motherfucker be trying to. Oh yeah, first off, you allergic to paint, motherfucker. How we gonna do that? Like help me help you. Like come on now, you ain't like strawberries. I want strawberry on my
What?
motherfucking nipple too. You know what I'm saying? Like, come help me help you. But you don't like strawberries. How's gonna work out? Like, nah, like I look, motherfucker gotta be realistic sometimes. A lot of people not realistic with a lot of shit. A lot of people got these fantasies
Yeah.
in their head, and the first thing they say is all goals, goals. Why? Why is their relationship a goal for us? Why? You see what I like. I don't like. I don't like what you seeing with them. I like video games. I
Mhm.
like sports. I like traveling. I like motorcycles.
Mm.
But you gonna go out and decide we gonna hop in a motherfucking hot air balloon. I like motorcycles. This ain't no goal. This something you want to. This something you seen on TV that you want to do. I
I
do it.
like
Don't get me
hot air
wrong.
balloons.
No, I do it. Don't get me wrong. I'm open. But for me, that's not goals. For me, that's just you see. Oh, I seen this, so we gonna try this because I seen this. So I seen somebody else do it, and they look happy doing it. Motherfucker, I'm sitting up in. I'm on hot air balloon, hot and mad. I ain't happy. Like help me, help you. A lot of people are so stuck on this damn social media shit, and they're stuck on what they see
I
as
agree.
opposed to what they can actually fucking do. And by
That's
doing,
true.
it's all paying attention. Just like even with you, China, I'm sorry. I'm be 100%. I'm be 100% real with you, 100%. And you can deny it all day long, but I'm confident enough in myself to know if you and I were talking, oh, I knocked the motherfucking walls down fast as hell because I will pay attention to you enough to know 100% your needs, your wants, your desires, all that shit. I will cater to you
No,
in so many different ways that you
I'm
will
not
open up to me,
I'm not
and you would tell
saying
me
that.
everything because I'm gonna be the same for you. I will never put out ever put out what I'm not willing to give. Never in my life.
Okay. I'm not saying I'm not saying that nobody I'm not saying that I wouldn't allow anybody to knock down my walls or anything like that cuz I'm very open to getting to know other people. But however, I do have layers to this shit. And it's because of the things that I've experienced. It's because of the healing journey that I'm still allowing myself to go through.
And to be 100% real with you, I get that and I hear that. At the same time, actions speak louder than words. And
That's true.
a person's actions can peel a motherfucker's layers back in 2 months. Honestly,
And that's true.
a person's
That's true
actions
cuz that's true.
can show you really like damn this nigga really fuck with me. He really
Yeah.
got me, or she got me, or Sally
And
Sue,
that's
or
why I
Billy
said it
Billy. Yeah,
depends on your pace. It depends on the pace of your speed that you and that person are going. Cuz if you being 100% authentically yourself, then guess what? That's noticeable. A person going to be like, "Well, damn. I might as well just do the motherfucking same shit, you know?" Because any woman that's been, or any man, any woman or man, because you got some women and you got some men that's the same. They got these walls up because they've been hurt by women. The first woman, the first love that of their lives, which is their mom, they done been hurt by. So they have these walls that's been up due
my,
to childhood trauma
my
from
mom,
women.
my mom almost stabbed me. Literally, she was finna kill me. My mama crazy, full on,
Mm.
100%.
My mama crazy too, child. Something about them 60 babies.
Man, but
But
China for sure. Look, I get, you know, what I'm saying you got barriers. You feel like you need to protect yourself for your kids and everything, and 100%, I understand that, especially when it comes to your kids. But don't always. Sometimes I feel like you live in the past when you say things. I feel like you still worried about this not happening, this not happening. At the end of the day, you already know what you got to do to make sure it don't happen. You've already seen it happen to you, so now you know next time pay attention to the signs. So that way you ain't got to
yeah,
worry about it. Ain't gonna happen to me again because I know what signs to look for. I know when this or that happen. Oh yeah, I ain't gonna put my kid through this. I know what you about. I'm gonna go the
yeah,
other way. It's okay to be open. It's okay to let down layers. It's okay to let down the walls. That's fine
hmm,
because people gonna show you no matter what. If you open up to me tomorrow and tell me your deepest, darkest secret, and I go and tell Des, and you find out, you know at that point, cool. I told you. I open that up. I would never do it with
yeah,
you again.
yeah. I mean, and it's because
But
I'm gonna be real with you. I
you can't
like
regret that though.
Me and Desiree, um, done got real close. It's things that I done told her that I probably would have never thought I told because, and that's because the relationship we have built. We me and her had a instant. It was like boop connection. The chemistry was like boop. popped off real quick. So I'm not saying that I'm the type of chick that don't that's closed off, or things like that. It just depends on the person. If I feel comfortable enough to share that with you, then I'll share that with you.
But see,
And if you ask, you ask. If you don't, you just don't get no answers.
that's how you presented yourself at first. You presented it as, oh well, no, well, if you don't ask, you ain't never gonna know. But Des showed you the kind of person she is, and I
Hmm.
guarantee you, because I know Des, I guarantee you, she probably didn't ask you shit. You probably came to her, went to her with this and that and that and this, because she showed you she a real motherfucker.
I
She
don't
showed
know.
you,
I
she
think
showed you
we
that
started with a
that
debate.
It was a debate. That's how me
She
and her
asked.
started.
no. I'm not saying starting a relationship. I'm saying like starting like you being comfortable telling her more and more shit.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah, she didn't have to
okay.
ask you more and more shit. You told her because you felt comfortable telling her because of how she showed you, what she showed you, who she
that's
is, how
true.
she is.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think I think because I had called her on the phone and we was talking or something like that. I think I called her
Mm-hmm.
or something like that. I think she said something about the podcast because I was interested in it, and something was going down at work. I had to do some clarification on. Yeah, that's how that happened. Mhm.
People, people gonna show you, people gonna show you all day long when you can open up.
That's
Girl,
true.
it's always a debate with me, girl.
It's
Well, I don't even remember
it's
the question.
always a debate. Oh my god, it's always a debate.
I'll be having it. I'll be ready.
We
Talk to
had
me.
the whole store. We had the whole store that morning in a debate with us.
They was. Conversation be good as hell. Y'all should just catch my everyday conversations. Shit, they be lit.
I already know you talking to your damn self while you on the phone with me. Like what the hell, Des? All right, you got it.
Hello.
But we definitely went past our limit today. But it was all good talks, all good talk. So I'm gonna ask y'all one last question.
Okay.
Do you feel it's easier for someone to break? I'm sorry. Do you feel it's easier for you to break your own walls down, or for you to allow somebody to break your walls down?
Mm,
China, you want to go first?
you can go for you can answer it first
Oh,
because I'm still
okay.
thinking.
Okay. Well, I think it's easier for me to break my own walls down. I don't. It was easier for me to break my own walls down. Nobody else could break my walls down because it had to go through me. I'm demolitionist. It don't matter what anybody come in or say or do. It's the thought of, oh, because you made me comfortable, now I'm going to let my walls down. And people think it just happens sporadically. Nah, because I feel safe around you, because I feel protected, or because I feel you're going to protect me. Now I'm gonna talk to you, but I ain't never felt like that. I've always been the type of person like, nah, nigga, fuck that. You still got an agenda. like, what you really doing here? Like, what you really want? I've always been that skeptical ass person. Like, so it's really me. Like, okay, are you being too critical? Are you thinking too much into this? Are you overthinking this, bitch? Like, all right, let's scale back. Let's see. Move this out the way. Talk to this person, see how they flow, see how they float. And that's how I learned to like open myself up. I was kind of real, I was real closed off. I ain't really talk to people like, I ain't really tell people too much because the way I think, my shit be, it be out of there. They be like, bitch, what the fuck is you talking about? I'll be like, hold on, we gonna walk around right to that. Give me a moment. But like, it definitely is the don't worry, don't worry. But yeah, no, I really it's easier for me to break my walls down than it is for anybody else because I'm skeptical of a lot of people. No, for real, for real.
China.
I would say it's easier for people to break my walls down. I have to talk to you in order for me to, because I'm always on guard.
Okay.
Is I'm paused.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would say I'm always
No, we can
like
hear you.
I thought it froze up for me. I'm always like kind of like what the fuck you want? Like, kind of like I always have a wall up. And I don't know, it's like I stay ready so I don't have to get ready. But And I guess that just goes back to my background or whatever. But um, until I actually talk to that person, then and I'm comfortable, then the walls. That's when my walls start to kind of come down a little bit.
So you would say it's easier for somebody else to break your walls down as opposed to you breaking your own walls down?
What you mean, like when I'm going through a healing phase, or if I'm just talking to that person trying to?
No, just in general, like you feel like it'd be easier for them to break your walls down with you being comfortable with them, or do you feel like it's
Yeah,
easier for you to break your
it's
own
easy.
walls down?
It's easier for them to. It's easier for no. I would say, well, then if that's the case, then yeah, it's me. I would have to break my walls down and be comfortable enough to be okay to let that person in. So yeah, it's definitely me.
Okay. Well, that's tonight's show. I appreciate everybody coming out and enjoying the show. China, Dez, I definitely appreciate y'all. Y'all always fun to talk to, and
Don't
have
leave
our
out Riss Benjamin
oh
because
yeah,
he.
and Riss as well. Riss, the whole audience, I appreciate y'all.
Yes.
It's all love. China, Dez, y'all got anything y'all want to add?
No.
Mm, just
Until next time.
keep breaking down those walls. You know
Definitely,
what I'm
definitely.
saying? Keep breaking down those walls. The quickest way to speed things up is to slow things down. Remember that. You trying to pull a wall down, slow your shit down. Take it down brick by brick. Examine the bricks you put up. Understand why you put that brick in place. What you thought you needed it for. So just
That's so true.
understand your defense mechanisms. Because your defense mechanisms become your prisons.
That's true.
All right, we'll catch y'all Sunday for the immersive experience. It should be fun.
Yes.
I
Periods.
hope.
All right, y'all.
I hope it's
All
expensive.
right. Thank you. Have a good night.
Um,